I read recently that you only have about 27 seconds to make a good first impression. Smelling nice, being polite, smiling, making appropriate eye contact, and listening well all determine what kind of reception you'll get from the other person. A few years ago, I sat a series of profiling assessments as part of my training and development. I learned I was a Xennial, part of the microgeneration sandwiched between Gen X's and Millennials. I'm also an Ambivert, sitting between the better-known introvert and extrovert labels. I undertook Myers-Briggs tests, Strength Finders, Type Finder, APEST, and so many more. Some of the answers were interesting, and I can understand why they're used. They can help us understand ourselves afresh, what we're good at, or where we might need help. Crucially, they can help us understand and appreciate others better. But there's always an element that I struggle with. I don't like being labeled, being put in a box, being told I'm this, so therefore I can't ever be that. Sometimes it feels like something intended to help us grow can instead become restrictive. Some good news. People can and do change. Sometimes change is self-initiated. I'm always open to learning and growing and evolving into the best version of myself. Sometimes change is circumstances. The good and the bad, they all shape us, they all change us. Finally, and this is the big one, I believe in possibility beyond restriction. In the Bible, we meet some really interesting and at times peculiar people. In the first half of the Bible, there's a man called Moses, who's described as someone with no self-confidence. He doesn't believe in himself. He says of himself that he is a weak communicator, a reluctant man. When we read on, we get to the end of Moses' life and we read at his death. Moses is recorded as being one of the most influential leaders of all time, a man who led with courage, passion, and confidence. In the second half of the Bible, we meet a man called Paul. He's an angry man, hostile. He has a reputation for violence. He once oversaw an execution because somebody didn't think like he thought. And then he changes, and he is recorded as having one of the most significant impacts on the New Testament church. Moses and Paul are two of many people who in the Bible would not have passed the interview for the job and the role they played. Their self-assessments would have incorrectly typecast them. They would have been forever mislabeled. Some of us carry labels around like lead weights in our pockets. Perhaps someone once called you stupid or said you were no good at sports or that you could never be creative or that you were too shy to be noticed. If we hear these things enough, we can start to believe they're part of who we are. Conversely, when people praise us, encourage us to try and fail and pick ourselves up and learn, then it gives us hope. You may have been mislabeled. I know I have. Thankfully, God doesn't label us. He doesn't put us in a box. He even has the ability to turn the labels upside down, to destroy the boxes that we and others at times have put ourselves in. He opens our horizons and lifts our heads to think, dream, and live beyond our previous expectations. When we trust Him, labels don't stick. Thanks for watching this glimpse. We hope you liked it. And if you did like it, please make sure to like it.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It helps make this channel work, helps us make new videos, and it will let you know when new videos are coming out, which will be soon.